The festival was over. The boys were all planning for a fall. The cabaret was quiet except for the drillin in the wall. The curfew had been lifted and the gamblin wheel shut down. Anyone with any sense had already left town. He was standing in the doorway, looking like the Jack of Hearts. Welcome to Songs of Experience, a Bob Dylan podcast where we explore the man and the music, one song at a time. I'm your host, Henry Bernstein. I'm really excited to welcome another Pod Dylan veteran, the incredibly talented Mezzo Soprano, Amy Maude Helfer. Hello, Amy.
Yay, it's so nice to really meet you in
Yeah. Yeah,
We've been like virtual friends for
a while.
Time, so
yeah. Email pals. So Amy, you're here to help get me through the almost 9-minute seventh track epic story from 1975's Blood on the Tracks, Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts. This is like thrilling for me. This is my favorite album, Blood on the Tracks. And I can't believe we haven't covered it yet. There you go. We both got it right there. And like in a million years, I never would have picked this one to be my first Blood on the Tracks, but I'm thrilled we're here.
Well, giving a shout out to Rob, my first appearance on Pod Dylan was with All the Tired Horses self-portrait. So I'm officially a big weirdo. I like the really obscure, strange songs. So.
I love that song, by the way. That's one of my favorites. And it's one of those ones you can just like sing in the kitchen or in the shower over and over again, try the different harmonies. And
yeah. Which octave today? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Amy, what is your Bob Dylan origin story?
So I always, knew who he was. I grew up listening to the Forrest Gump soundtrack, and I went to summer camp. So, we sang Blowin' in the Wind, but I think my Blowin' in the Wind was Peter, Paul, Mary to me. And, so I knew like the hits, the campfire hits, right? And then I was in college, and a friend handed me the essential Bob Dylan. He was like, I think you'll like this. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And all I knew from Forrest Gump, that's the Rainy Day Women is on that album, which is like, so I was like, really? Like,
that's a great double disc soundtrack, by the way.
Yeah, Red. So I was like, I guess. Rainy Day Women is weird. But I listened to it and I was like, yeah, I'm into this. And so that was 2004, and finishing up college. And then went to grad school, and I think I noticed, Modern Times is coming out. And I was like, okay, I'll buy that, whatever. And I was like, this is cool. I just sort of slowly was like, this is real. The more I was exposed to him, I was like, this is really neat. And then I saw that he was coming to Agganis Arena at Boston University, where I was a student. And so that was the first time I went. And it just sort of blew my mind. I was like, this is wild. This is just neat. And
that was on that 2006 tour?
I think, I think it was fall 2006. And it was loud. I'm not a huge fan of him in huge arenas.
Yeah, that was a weird tour. Yeah, in Chicago, he opened up a new arena in Chicago as an ice hockey arena, and it was weird. It was like there was like so many empty seats, but not just because they didn't sell them on purpose. Like it was, that was a very strange tour, but great songs.
Yeah, and the who opened for them? The starts with an R.
Jack White's band, the Raconteurs.
Yes.
So the So the Raconteurs opened.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Loud.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything that they were playing. So I was like, what is happening? I was like, bring out Bob. So but it was fun. It was just a wild time. And then I just sort of like I went to like the public library and got CDs out and just kept experimenting with listening to stuff, and I was like, it's just neat. And I just kept wanting to go see him perform, and I saw him at the Beacon, when I had moved to New York, and I think I've seen him 10 times now, but I just then I found Love and Theft.
You just work your way back.
It was just sort of like I was just like, oh, what's this album? What's this? And I like fell in love with Love and Theft. And I was like, nothing will ever top Love and Theft for me. and then Rough and Rowdy Ways came out, and I think that's actually my favorite now. But or Blood on the Tracks.
What a journey.
Yeah, just all over the place.
That's awesome. So we've got a ton of lyrics to get into, and I'm not sure we're going to get to all of it,
I have a
but
full page of musical notes. So,
okay,
yeah.
wonderful. But first, some statistics on the song. Blood on the Tracks was basically recorded twice, first in New York in September of 1974, then with a hand-picked, stripped-down band, handpicked by Bob's brother in Minneapolis in December of 1974. This song that's on the album was recorded December 30th, 1974 at Sound 80 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Personnel were Bob Dylan on lead vocals, acoustic rhythm guitar, harmonica, and he was also the producer. Chris Webber, acoustic rhythm guitar. Greg Inhofer, Hammond organ. Billy Peterson, bass guitar. Bill Berg, drums. Paul Martinson, engineering. So, Amy, why Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts, other than it being weird? And what is your relationship to Blood on the Tracks as a whole?
Blood on the Tracks. So I think actually my first being struck by a song was seeing I'm Not There in the theater, and the just songs from. I remember the song. Now I can't remember what song it was, but there's the scene in the park, and it's maybe it was Simple Twist of Fate.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. They're sat together. In the
Literally
park.
saying.
Yeah, but it's the black and white scene. Anyway, I just remember being "This is stunning," right? This song, I actually think is the most on brand for me. It has its roots. I mean, clearly it has its roots in bluegrass, right? With the strumma, 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 strumma. But it is so straight ahead, like a lead, that's Lied, lieder, like a German art song, right? It's just strophic verse. It's just the same thing over and over and over and over, right? So I guess modified strophic because he changes the contour of the vocal line a little moderately. But I mean, you could probably argue that a lot of rock songs are ABA, right? Most a lot of popular songs. It is just and it's also a patter song. So I sing a lot of Gilbert and Sullivan, which is operetta, and famously, I actually made sidebar, I made a playlist for examples of such songs if
Fantastic.
Folks want to follow it, or I can play it, but I don't want to get into any copyright things. But I have a Spotify playlist on my Spotify with all examples of songs that I believe are
influence it.
Yeah, that are in a similar style, but in other genres.
Do you think
right?
there are any specific Gilbert and Sullivan that Bob was inspired by, or?
Oh, well, I think I could never claim to know what inspired Bob, right?
Of course.
But yeah, it feels to me very like a patter song, and what that means is that it's just the same chord structure, like 1-4-5, 1-4-5. I can play, so the whole. But we have the whole. This is the entirety of the song. The entire song, okay? And that's all is, and over the top of it is very fast lyrics. Yeah, so we have the text running over it, right? Mm-hmm. So for example, in the Pirates of Penzance, you have, I am the very model of a modern major general. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. So like it's just spitting out text, telling a story, right? And again, all we hear in this song, Lily, right? We hear that over and over and over and over and over, but we're not even conscious of it because we're so invested in the text, right? And that it's just painting this beautiful picture. And that's exactly what, a Schubert song would do, what these Gilbert and Sullivan songs do, what these Rossini arias do, these patter songs, again, on my Spotify playlist. But, yeah, and it's similarly, it's like a hymn, right? A church, synagogue, your place of worship hymn. It's just the same over and over and over. You keep going back to the beginning, sing it again. Back to the beginning, sing it again, right? And so it's.
And you like that?
Oh, I think it's great.
Yeah,
I think it's great, and it also proves my theory, the hill that I will die upon, that Bob Dylan is an exquisite singer.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
right? And I don't just mean performer, I don't
Right.
just mean songwriter, I don't just mean
Yes.
musician, I mean singer, particularly in his recordings.
100%. You
So,
you have come to the right place to preach that Bob Dylan is a great singer. He's my favorite singer.
and
Yeah.
I get it all the time. People are like, Amy, you're like a trained professional singer.
Right.
How do you possibly enjoy this? And I'm like, are you kidding me?
It's truth.
This is what we do. Like
Yeah.
we aim to tell stories with our voices, and I mean the inflections, the
Hmm.
colorings, the way he comes off of things. He'll sing something a little flat, he'll sing something like purposefully. I think everything is meticulously done. I think it's exquisite. It's exquisite. And that's what a
Well, what
beautiful
stands out to you
singer does.
in it, what stands out to you in Dylan's specifically vocal performance here?
It's so, I mean, you get immediately this jaunty, this like Western, that's his whole, alter ego thing, maybe,
Hmm.
right? Um, I contend that I think Bob sees himself as Jack, right?
The one who gets away scot-free and doesn't really get punished,
I
basically.
also, on different listenings, I don't know if there's maybe only two characters.
You think Big Jim and Jack might be the same?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, okay, Amy. Oh my God, there's so much to cover. All
There's
right.
so
So
many
first
ways
of
to
all
go
all
from
right.
here.
So before we go into the musicality of it, let's talk about the lyrics, the story. So can you just give us a summary of what you think is
Oof.
happening in this story?
No.
No? Okay, fine.
No, I mean, I th- I sort of wonder if it's like the thing that comes to mind is like the Pina Colada song, right? Like
Yeah.
they're sort of playing with one another.
Uh-huh.
Like, let's just like tonight I'm gonna be Big Jim. And tonight you're gonna be Rosemary.
Okay.
Like
Oh, so you think Lily and Rosemary are one and the same, and the
yep.
Jack Hearts and Big Jim are one and the
Yeah.
same? It's a little role play going on. Wow, I've never heard that. That's amazing. That might be my new canon. Well, Dylan
It-
likes masks, and certainly in this period of time, he's interested in masks and interested in, shortly thereafter, in the Rolling Thunder review, he's having himself and different people play him and other, yeah. So there's certainly that duality of, Gemini kind of thing.
Right. So Gemini. So Gemini. So I read something that's like years later, I guess in Chronicles. I haven't read it in so long. I don't remember it vividly, but I saw it on the
Mhm.
interwebs that he said, no, 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 I was basing that on Chekhov. And I
Mhm.
like when I was like, let me just look at titles of Chekhov plays or, stories. There's one called The Shooting Party, The Duel. I mean, like
Yeah,
literally anything is possible for this man. I mean, he's read everything, he's heard everything, he knows
he
everything.
knows everything.
You
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
just that bright and I think just absorbs everything he learns and reads. So yeah, I yeah, I like the idea that there's just these two folks and it's all part of like the theater. The
That's interesting because like it's just like the two characters, but the sound is like so big. Like this is one of the ones on like in my head in my mind, when I close my eyes and think about Blood on the Tracks, I don't really picture the other musicians so much. I picture like,
Mhm.
this is Bob Dylan's return to an acoustic album kind
Mhm.
of thing. But the other band members are so important, and this is the song where like they're sort of like is not there's not just like some subtle bass or a little bit of drumming. Like just the whole band. You hear the organ really loud. You hear the whole band just like
Yeah.
do their thing, and they're like off to the races right away. I mean, Bob opening with the harmonica solo at the beginning instead of in the middle and at the end, which he does also. Like it's just there's so much happening musically that it feels like this big sort of room and this big party, at least to me.
Mhm. I have musical comments on both of those things. First thing, and it's like imperceptible unless you listen on repeat, which I do. By the way, I went back and saw that This was my most played song in 2021.
Ah, that's awesome.
It's so weird. What was I going through? I mean, we all know what we were all going through, but
Yeah.
but like, can you just I just like imagine sitting here being like,
You're
let's
like,
listen to it again. Anyway, when you go back when you listen to it on repeat, you notice that the song has a just imperceptible accelerando through the whole thing.
what? Explain
So
what that
so
is.
it just gets a little bit faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Because then when you go back and listen again, it's like, oh, it's a little less. So it's and again falls that's like exactly what these patter songs, particularly in like Gilbert and Sullivan operetta and opera, as the whole story gets more exciting and more tense, the pace picks up and we sort of like lean in and we're sort of like, oh, what's happening next? What's happening next? So it's just brilliant. It's just brilliantly performed in this
Do you think
recording
the
session.
do you think the speeding up is intentional, or it's just a thing that happens when a band is really cooking? Because that does happen sometimes
Right.
when you play. Like I know when I'm playing live with people, like we always tend to speed up, you know.
Yeah.
So
Right.
do you think do you think Bob's like looking over at the drummer and being like, pick it up a little bit, or
I don't know. I mean, perhaps. I mean,
because they're
it
all
happens
perfectly
around
in
half.
sync.
It happens around halfway through when he says the hanging judge came in,
Hmm.
and it's like it starts at like 115 to 120 beats per minute, and then goes like just it's so slight. It's like up
Oh,
to
okay.
like
It's yeah.
120, 125. It's like
Okay.
literally minuscule, right? But I don't know. I mean, I think maybe everyone was just in the moment, listening to the story.
The
I like
song is
the
so long that the hanging judge comes in only halfway through
correct.
the through the song. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
yeah, it's
yeah.
I really the things that really stand out musically, it's like every time I listen to it, I notice something else. So like the first thing when I was preparing was obviously the harmonica, not obviously the
Mhm.
harmonica, but then that organ really blew me away, like on like the third or fourth
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah. And right before the vocal begins, they go, which is Amen, right? Which
Hmm.
that's the plagal, cadence of Amen in
Hmm.
like a hymn, right? And
Hmm.
then, so the other thing is, speaking of the harmonica, and I don't know my jazz theory. I never learned my jazz theory,
Okay.
but you have the entirety of the song, which is the C sharp, right?
Hmm.
But the harmonica goes right. So you have can you hear that?
Yeah, yeah,
Right? Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I'm not a pianist, but so you have that the C natural again, like I don't know if it's Mixolydian or if like what mode he's in or how the
Hmm.
harmonica really works, but that dissonance. So it's not just that simple 1 4 5 1 4 5, and it's only the beginning and only the end. So it's it's the song starts and it's like, all right, just some wild western song, right, or whatever, and then the harmonica just gives away this ain't what you're expecting, right? This is going to bring us on a different ride.
Hmm.
And I just love that.
Then, I noticed the bass and how absolutely like perfect and crystal clear, Tony Garnier-esque, like the musicians that Bob's brother picked out are so professional. Like it's like they're like a Minnesota wrecking crew kind of. Like they're so perfect for what Bob needs for this album to be perfect, and it is a perfect album.
Yeah.
So I guess this was the song that really made me appreciate the band. I have a little confession, Amy. So for me, this song is a grower, not a shower. I would say that, and I said this once or twice on Pod Dylan, and Rob almost kicked me off and never had me again. Like this has been historically my least favorite song on on
No.
Blood on the Tracks, which is beloved to me, and
Wow.
there have been times when certainly even like about 5 minutes in, I'm like, all right, let's get let's get to If You See Her Say Hello.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. This is a confession. I
No.
hope this is a safe space. I will say though, maybe it's just been a minute, but in preparation for this episode, I have a whole new appreciation for this song. Like I can't believe how fast it goes. Like
Yeah.
before you know it, you're at 8:52. It's like, oh, it's over. And I never really appreciated that before. So thank you
Mm-hmm.
for, making that, exposing the song in a new light for me.
You're welcome. I always like imagined like take on me cartoon video
With
for
the
this.
sketching, like the
Yeah,
white
just like,
pencil lines, and then it
you
turns
know,
into the
and I
person.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like in order to like analyze the text, like I feel like I have to like draw a diagram and I just like which I can't remember, like Venn diagrams, but like,
Yeah.
like this person enters here and this person enters here and I just yeah,
Wait,
it's
that's a really funny idea. That could be your next viral post of like a Venn diagram of Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts and Big Jim. Get to work on
yeah.
that. So in the second verse, Bob sings, he moved across the mirrored room, set it up for everyone. He said that everyone commenced to do what they were doing before he turned their heads. Then he walked up to a stranger and asked him with a grin, could you kindly tell me, friend, what time the show begins? Then he moved into the corner, face down, like the Jack of Hearts. I like these songs, the Bob Dylan songs that end in a thing, like don't have a chorus. They're like, like
Yeah.
Tangled Up in Blue, Times
Yeah.
Era Changing. Like he's so good at that as having like a home base to come back to, and you're like, oh yeah, that's the story I'm in right now.
The hymn. Yeah.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, I could imagine saying amen to this. Any takeaways from those first couple verses specifically?
Yeah, I mean, like, what time does the show be? Like, just wait. Like let's just wait and see what's gonna happen today. He's starting the show. I guess.
Yeah, it's sort of like meta. Like, is Bob starting the show right now?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I asked you about Bob's vocal performance, and so I wanted to, as our resident vocalist here, I wanted to pose a premise to you that I posed in my last episode when I spoke with Stephen Rings, author of What Did You Hear, which I highly recommend. It's all about Bob's musicianship. I noticed that going all the way back to Song to Woody, Dylan is at many times singing the harmony without someone else singing the melody, like by himself singing the harmony.
Hmm.
And I noticed that in this song too, he does it on Whispered in His Ear and Whispered in His Ear. To me, and maybe I'm wrong, that sounds like the high harmony of that. And, I just wondered, what you make of this idea that Dylan is singing harmony by himself often, but still
Hmm.
makes it sound good and sounds like it makes sense and can only be him.
Well, that's actually something else I noted for myself that there's the couple of variations in the melody that are so satisfying.
Hmm.
When
Yeah,
he
that
goes
yummy
like,
thing.
yeah, when he goes
Yeah.
buried it away, right?
Yeah.
And when he goes like every time I wait the entire time that I listen to this song for Lily had already taken all of the dye out of her hair. It's so satisfying.
You can see the
Um,
dye coming out in the
yeah,
sink while he's singing
yeah.
dye, right? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very much like Key West when people tell me that I'm truly blessed.
Hmm.
Like it's like the variation is just so satisfying, and the ear just like is like yes, give it to me. I I I, that's interesting. I don't hear it. I don't hear it as a harmony
Okay.
as much as just it's like a jazz song, a blues song,
Okay.
just improvisation ish, right? I mean, again, in Rossini arias, for example, a performance convention, performance practice is to introduce different kinds of melodies. Like instead of like ma se mi trappano da 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 da, right? That's a Rossini aria.
Hmm.
Often people perform it in things like so it again it like very classically inspired But I'm sorry, I'm waving my hands around like crazy. I'm so excited. But yeah, I think it's just sort of a variation. It's
Okay.
a
I'd understand the reference more if you hit me with like a Besefer Chaim, Barachav Shalom or something, you know?
yeah. Oh
But
gosh. Yeah, yeah. That isn't yeah, that is a niche joke there.
yeah.
Um,
So maybe
um,
yeah, he's doing like a different kind of vocal run or just a little,
yeah,
yeah, amazing. Usually
yeah.
at this point, I talk about the song's live performances. Unfortunately, this was only played one time on May 25th, 1976, the second version of the Rolling Thunder Review. However, this is famously the one show of the Rolling Thunder Review, part two, that has no one's ever found a recording of it. So no one's actually heard it, but there is, well, no one who wasn't there has actually heard it, but there is a brief snippet of it from rehearsals where Joan is singing the lead. Have you heard this?
No.
All right, I'm going to play it for you right now. This is going to blow your mind. Very excited about this. Okay, here we go.
You was gazing into space over at the Jack of Hearts. I know I've seen that face somewhere. Big Jim was taking dress out. Maybe down in Mexico, a picture of somebody's shout.
Isn't that awesome?
That's wild.
The harmony comes, he comes in with that
Yeah.
harmony, dude. I can't believe there's no recording of that anywhere. I need to hear it right
Joan
now.
has that descant. She's like, "Ah, na, 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 na." Well, I guess that's the melody. Yeah. Ah, yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Wow.
Yeah, I'll send it to you so you
Thank
can
you.
break it down and sing it
Meditate on it.
in your house. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So you mentioned you've seen Bob live about 10 times,
Mhm.
which is awesome. Never, unfortunately, you have not seen Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts yet.
Not yet.
That's what I always
Not
say. Yeah.
yet. Not yet.
But there's still a chance. Where do you feel the song fits in among the perfection that is Blood on the Tracks, like in terms of its placement with the other types of stories that are being told in these different songs?
I think it's a perfect spot. I saw a quote that he said to Mary Travers. He was having a conversation with Mary Travers in April 75, and I guess she was like, "Oh, everyone loves this. Everyone really enjoys this album." And he said, like, people enjoy that type of pain, something like that.
Mm,
And again, my life is opera and operetta and stuff. It feels like the comic 11 o'clock number. You know, just let's lighten the mood for just a moment.
is that like late into the second
Yeah, yeah,
act,
yeah,
something
yeah.
to,
So
like a
like,
little
yeah,
pick me up after like
yeah. So
everyone's
it's like
dead and like,
yeah. So it's
yeah,
like you have Act One sad, and then
yeah,
Act Two still sad, 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 and then
yeah,
it's like, hey, let's do something funny, and then it ends happy,
right.
right? Yeah. It feels like the mood lightener.
Wow.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, it totally is. Like they're all devastating until that point. We've already been through Idiot Wind for only 1 minute less than than Lily
Right.
Rosemary. Meet Me in the Morning is a little lighter.
Yeah.
Just got a sweet blues song. But then
Hmm.
right after this, If You See Her, Say Hello.
Hmm.
And Shelter. Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
it's track nine, second one on side two. Uh, I I think that's a great comp that it's the 11 o'clock. What's it called? The 11 o'clock.
Like 11 o'clock number is like, I mean,
Okay.
that's like the term for like the big number before we wrap it up, right?
Okay.
Before we tie up, the story. Um, and depending on the whole show, is it going to be the sad torch song for the leading lady or something, or is it going to be the comic? Let's break this up. Let's break
Hmm.
up this sad section or
Hmm.
the sad act or whatever. So yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I love that. That's I'm gonna go with that uh from now on.
And Buckets of
Yeah,
Rain, I mean, ending on Buckets of Rain is sort of like, which way are we gonna go with
yeah.
this, right? Um, yeah, I think it's brilliantly crafted, the playing order. Yeah.
Do you think that the album as a whole tells a story, or is it only each of these individual?
Well, that's again part of why I think there's only two characters in this song. It's just sort of like the wild Alice in Wonderland version of their relationship. And the back and forth and the who's gonna hurt who first,
Hmm.
who's gonna be
Hmm. The
victorious.
sort of just like Tangled Up in Blue, Simple Twist of Fate, you're a big girl now, like Idiot Win, you're gonna make it like it's all these duos, this relationship, this pairing, this couple. And so why is this one any different? It's just a different version of that. Damn, Amy. That's really good. Wow.
Just sort of came to me.
That's great. I love that. What were some other like either musical or lyrical things that you jotted down for us?
Well, when I was, this is another really niche classical music joke that I was, or comment that when I was Googling, my boyfriend and I were Googling like the tuning of the harmonica. We were trying to figure out like what key is he playing the harmonica in? Because why is there this flat seven? Right? Because
Hmm.
is it in D major and so then I was like maybe he's playing a Dylan harmonica like a Wagner tuba,
Okay.
so niche. But so
Say,
like
tell me, explain it.
Wagner and Strauss literally invented horns, just big, loud, silly, not silly, but brass instruments to create the sound they wanted for their orchestra, their symphonies and their operas.
Okay.
And so there's literally something called a Wagner tuba. So I was like, maybe there's the Dylan harmonica, it's in his own key. It's it's D major with a
Right.
flat
With a
seven.
little with the thing.
I
I
don't
mean,
know,
it could
but I
be.
think there's actually in Googling, again, I want to learn more about harmonica, and if there's any harmonica people out there, please message me and tell me. But I think there is the difference. There's you get different pitches based on if you are inhaling or exhaling, which is amazing. So I just there's
That's absolutely true. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know anything about harmonica, so
Yeah. I mean,
so
if from a technical perspective or point of view or whatever, first of all, I mean, this song is being played in the key of D, it seems. Like that's according to dylanchords.com, it's what it sounds
oh,
like. Sounds like
it's
D.
literally
Right. Now,
that's all you hear.
right. Now in New York, he's playing it in E, which
Oh,
a lot of the album is either in E. So D or E seem to be the keys he's working with. But the with the harmonica, if he's if they're playing the whole song live and they're not like doing a verse and then cutting it together, and it certainly feels like they do the whole thing in one take to me. And I'm
yeah.
sure, if you listen to more Blood, more tracks and read Simple Twist of Fate and other things that break that down, how it was put together. But if he's playing harmonica and playing guitar, then he's using the harp rack, and there he can very skillfully play a melody with blowing and sucking and going up and down the harmonic rack,
Mhm.
but he's not like able to do any like bends or anything like that, like a blues harmonica. So if he's hitting that dissonant note, I think I would argue that it's definitely intentional, and he just knows where to hit it on the
100%
on the
intentional.
harmonica. And
100%.
maybe he did gimmick his harmonica. I don't know that he. I've never heard of
Right.
that, but I mean that would
I have
be.
no idea. I don't know anything about harmonicas, truthfully. I just found it so fascinating that, I mean, and that's just what gives you the is this in tune, man? What's
Mhm.
happening, right? And then it's just we're going on a sort of crazy ride here with this story. But that also, going back to my earlier point, that this is an arts. This is like a song cycle. If you're
Mhm.
saying, I confess I only did my homework on this one song. I didn't really study the whole album as a whole. But if you're saying that everything is within the same key realm, key world, I mean, I think that's probably it was vocal comfort.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and also because it's the whole mood of it. But that is 100% what happens in a full song cycle by Schubert or Schumann or Brahms, right? It's everything is in this whole world. It's painting this, even though there's different separate songs, it's painting, it's the still the same picture.
Yeah, I mean,
So this is the Dylan Lida album.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the album, the chords on dylanchords.com now, and certainly in New York, the New York version seems like he was in E most of these songs.
Okay.
So I don't know, I guess maybe I mean that might have been a thing for him. Like it might have not just been that might have been part of why the vibe in New York wasn't working. Maybe it just was as simple as this is not a key I want to sing in,
Mhm.
and maybe that's I mean because for him you can hear. Have you ever heard the bootleg of the Tell Old Bill sessions?
Mm-mm.
So it's one of those things you can download expecting rain, but he's recording Tell Old Bill, and at one point he goes, "Let's just do it in a minor."
Maybe we should just change it all, totally. Change the melody, change everything about it. Man, and put in a minor key. I mean, everything.
And the band is like, okay, and he just does it. He can sing it in a minor. He can perfectly while playing piano. He has that not just the knowledge of theory and mechanics, but he also knows what he can do with his voice because he's a professional singer. So I just so maybe like for him, Blood on the Tracks wasn't working in that key, and it's like let's try it in
Mhm.
something. I don't know.
He makes it.
I mean, I'm
He makes
sure
it
for you,
official.
like you have keys that you are comfortable singing in and keys that
I
you're
have
not.
favorite keys. I have literal favorite
What's your
keys.
favorite key?
Guess.
C, the people's key. No, I'm gonna say D.
E flat.
E flat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure guitarists love that when you hit them with an E flat.
Yeah, no, it's just I mean there's all sorts of like I don't do you hear colors with keys? I'm not a color association with
No, I don't.
keys, right? But
No.
like but there's like, there are colors in terms of an adjective,
Hmm.
right? Like there's different moods that each key presents,
Right.
right? I mean, like, some are very like cheery and bright and some are sort of more subdued. Yeah, E flat is just very like warm. I like I like singing in that key. It's like where my that's just like where the meat of my voice
Is
feels.
that true for most mezzo sopranos that E flat is their key?
Yeah, probably. I'm probably on like the lower end of mezzo sopranos, but yeah, I would guess that. I mean, all like I keep going back to Rossini, that like all the like not all, but several of the Rossini big arias. Now I can't remember. They're in E major.
Hmm.
So yeah, probably. There are definitely times, like for example, when I do cantoring for in Shabbat and high
Hmm.
holidays and stuff,
Hmm.
that like I'll start something in one key, like when I'm practicing, not in the service, but like when I'll start it and I'm like, that's not right. That's not the
Hmm.
right,
Oh,
that's not the right
yeah.
vibe. That's not for this prayer or whatever. And I'll, move it up or down a little bit. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's better. And part of it is, truthfully, I do my high holidays a cappella. So some of it is on the fly. And I'm like, do I think I can get this? Can I get that high or get that low right now in this moment? But yeah, but a lot of consideration is given to like what's it going to sound like out in the house, right?
Totally. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I was just saying, like, yeah, my wife was a singing rabbi. She will sometimes, yeah, change keys right in the middle of a song or a prayer, and like, so she has like a group that sings with her, the davening team, and I play mandolin, and sometimes she'll just like. We don't even know it's going to happen. She'll just call out key change. She'll move that capo up, and she just knows it's going to be better for her, and you roll with it.
Like in a Barry
So
Manilow way, like moving up, moving up.
full step. No.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I remember I was going to ask you,
Yeah.
do you think, just off the top of my head, do
Mhm.
you think that Bob Dylan has absolute pitch?
By absolute, is that
A
perfect?
perfect pitch,
Perfect,
like
or not?
yeah.
I think it's possible that Bob has relative pitch.
Hmm.
Like he doesn't. I don't think he has perfect pitch. Although See, now I'm kind of second guessing it because I really do feel like he could sing anything, anywhere at any time and know exactly what it, if someone's saying something to him, he could walk over to piano and play the note.
Yeah.
And to me, that's someone, do you have perfect pitch?
I'm real close. I think if I hadn't quit piano when I was a little kid, I probably would.
Well, I feel
But
so
I'm
good
very
that I
close.
also quit piano because it's like the biggest regret of my life. Okay, so someone as talented as
100%.
you also quit piano. Wait, is it something you can like acquire or through practice or
I actually just like watched some like physics video that suggested that it's like past the age of like 7 or 9, you can't develop it. It's
okay,
like if
yeah.
you're exposed to music very young with like the understanding of like this is a C, this is a D, whatever, like it's you can hone it. My parents' piano is a half step flat, so so
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah.
Every Jewish
So
home has a piano that's a half step flat. Maybe, come on.
and a flat too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That last key just doesn't work.
Oh man. Yeah, apparently yes, perfect pitch has to be like honed
Right.
childhood. But right, he was already making music or I'm sure in the shul he was
Right.
exposed to it, right?
I mean, he was, he's listening to music. He was listening to the radio constantly, and he taught
Right.
himself how to play guitar and piano. If it's not perfect pitch, yeah, maybe relative pitch or like you close because he does when you watch someone with perfect pitch do things, it's really it's like a party trick.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
play this note here. And they just go over to the piano and play it. Right. So, and I'm sure, like you said, you're pretty close. So I think he could do that. That's really interesting. I've never thought about that, but now I'm going to
I
be
haven't either. I
obsessed
was
with
just like,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably, right? He's everything. He is everything.
Yeah. He really is. What else vocally or musically or lyrically did you want to mention?
There were some words that I realized I heard wrong.
Mm.
Like steady in her eyes. I always heard as studying her eyes, which I think I would venture to guess that was probably deliberate too.
Wait,
I'll
well,
give him
is
credit
it
for literally anything.
are you saying that are you saying that you thought you heard studying the eyes, but then you looked at the lyrics and it said study in her eyes? But are you sure? Because sometimes the lyrics are wrong. Like on BobDylan.com,
I
that
don't
happens.
know. I don't know.
All right, I haven't thought about that specific line, but this is homework for everyone out there. Listen to the line steady in her eyes or
Studying.
studying her
Yeah.
eyes. That's like from this album, Ducks at Night or Dark Sad Night.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right? That's
I
it.
always thought
What
it
am I
was
hearing?
I always picture them like walking to the end of a pier and then like he just jumps into the water.
Yeah.
Always what I thought. I just
Yeah.
pictured that. Yeah, I feel like this could be like in like the Back to the Future world, Back to the Future 3 world, this whole song.
So the last stanza, the cabaret was empty now, a sign said closed for repair. Lily had already taken all the dye out of her hair.
Mhm.
She was thinking about her father, who she very rarely saw, thinking about Rosemary and thinking about the law. But most of all, she was thinking about the Jack of Hearts. So you think here, like
Right, so who are the real people?
right? Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask. Who?
Lily and Jim, right?
So they were playing the Jack of Hearts and Rosemary, and she's thinking about Rosemary, this character she may have played. What do you think it means thinking about Rosemary and thinking about the law? Like this role play that they did she learn something from it?
Yeah, like the laws of matrimony, the laws
Mm.
of partnership.
Most of all, she was thinking about the Jack of Hearts. That's great. That's such a great interpretation. I love that so much. Is there anything else you want to say
I
about
know now I'm really like reading the whole thing. It's like
about Lily Rosemary?
you almost have to read it more than listen to it, because it sort of just washes over you, right? It's
Oh,
like
it's a different experience reading than
yeah,
listening. Listening, it happens so too fast. Like you
yeah,
can't
it's incredible.
focus. You can't focus on the lyrics. It's going at warp speed.
It's a patter song, man. It was known all around that Lily had Jim's ring. Yeah.
I like the way he sings "Ring" on that. Yeah, there's a lot of like illustration in this song. Like he's really painting a picture with the scene, what's around them. He's like world building, which he does all the time. It's no different from anything else. But there's something about the world building on Blood on the Tracks that to me feels really like distant and fairy tale like, but also so relatable. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Like familiar, not relatable, familiar. Like
Hmm.
I've read this before. I've seen this film before or
Yeah.
something.
I remember another shout out to Rob Kelly. I remember Rob saying that once about I think it was I've made up my mind that I think he called it like an eternal song. Like it was like it's just
Mhm.
always existed. It
Hmm.
feels
Hmm.
like
Like an ancient prayer or something. It's like
yeah,
always
like
been.
sort of like of course this is the song. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's yeah, I mean, I'm agreeing with you that it's familiar. I agree with you that like I feel like a lot of his, what he's painting for us is on the rest of the album especially as well, but like that's more ethereal. I don't know why ethereal is in my head, but like sort of a contemplative, right? And this is like it's like this is literally the story, but then it's like there's all these twists and turns, but
Hmm.
it's a literal story. Like
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
you
it's a no,
walk
it's
in, you
it go
see that
right.
he's got the revolver, he's got the money, they're stealing, and they're drilling in the back, and they're like it's like, but what does all that mean?
Right.
So in a different way that we usually go, what does all this mean?
It's less mystical than like a
Mystical is a
senior or
great word. Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It's you this is more grounded. It feels real. Like the band that's playing this song feels like the band that is playing this song in the saloon
Right.
that they're in.
100%. Yep.
So yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like drops you right into the world. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap things up, is there anything else you want to say about Lily Rosemary, the Jack of Hearts, Blood of the Tracks, Bob Dylan in general?
I don't, I mean, I don't think the gallows are real. I think the
Mm.
hanging judge is Jim. Like
Hmm.
yeah. I just think it's these two people just playing mind games with one another.
Like part of their role play is Big
Yeah.
Jim getting killed. Like that's just
Yeah.
all.
Or her fantasy of like, what if I just, you know?
I mean, it sort of is kind of like a plot of an opera,
Yeah.
to bring it all back to
Oh
your
yeah.
field, right? Like being stabbed in the back and
Again, probably why I love this song. It's ridiculous, and people are singing about their crazy feelings. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Amy, where can like folks find you, or where if there's anything you want to plug, and then I have an exit question for you.
Thank you. So my website, I keep up to date where I'm performing and what I'm doing, is amymaudehelfer.com. That's Maud with an E. And I'm on Instagram as Mezzo Maud, so Mezzo Soprano, Mezzomaude. I think I'm still on Twitter, but I don't really look at it anymore. However, Twitter is where I was introduced to you and to Rob
Right.
Kelly and the whole Bob Dylan family. So that's why I can't let go of it because I was like, "What? I've done such like cool, neat things and I've met neat people from it. So I can't get rid of it." So if you follow me on there, I'll follow you. My next performance is on the West Coast. If anyone's
Hmm.
out there, I'll be performing in a Gilbert and Sullivan opera.
For real?
Yeah, I will
What would
be.
show?
I'll be Pity Sing in The Mikado. It's a
Oh,
new reimagining of The Mikado,
great.
not offensive version of the.
Right.
And so that'll be on a little mini tour on the West Coast like a month from now. And yeah, but
That's great.
I'll keep my website updated. So yeah.
Awesome, awesome. I highly recommend checking out Amy's YouTube. A lot of great
Yeah, my
performances.
YouTube
Yeah.
is at Amy Maud Helfer. So yeah, yeah.
Great. We'll put
Yeah.
all this
Thanks.
in
Thanks.
post. But okay, exit question for you. I don't do this for everyone, but
Oh.
if Dylan's people make the call, they want you to sing a duet with him.
Oh, felt you were going to ask me this.
He's asking you to sing harmony, but you know that might not happen once you get there. So but you get to pick the song. So what Bob Dylan song are you picking?
You're going to have to cut so many minutes while I.
Well, you look at your list of songs I
Yeah.
need to sing with Bob Dylan.
Oh my
Or you can
gosh.
pick two.
Oh, that's so hard. See, this is another thing about Bob Dylan. I like most everything I listen to as a singer, I sing along. I very rarely sing along with Bob. I literally just listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and, I've like when I was younger, I was like, I want to be the backup singer for James Taylor. And then like now I'm like, God, I wish I could have been the backup singer for Leonard Cohen.
Yeah.
All these, but this is a great question.
Something from your greatest hits, volume 4, maybe. What Bob Dylan song do you like singing? Like, if you're at karaoke or at a gig and
I have a
someone.
very long karaoke list, and I don't believe I have any Bob Dylan on it.
Wow.
I love Mississippi.
Great. That would be awesome. I mean, if Sheryl Crow could do it, you could do it for sure.
That's right. That's right. And I love Key West. Things have changed. I don't, that's it. Probably one of the peppier ones,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Things have changed. Mississippi, those are all good. Yeah.
I know Mississippi's more on Dante. It's not so. That's an amazing question.
All right, well, let's go with things
I'm gonna
have
have to
changed.
sleep on that.
Okay, you
Yep.
sleep on it. You get back to me, but in the meantime, we'll say
I think
things
things
have
have
changed.
changed.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Amy. You'll have to come back, pick another song sometime.
Okay. I'll do another really weird one
Yeah. I can't wait.
that you hate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just give me all the
Silvio.
songs you really don't like.
No, and the truth is, I did not like Silvio for decades, and then I was at an outlaw show in Minnesota, no, in Somerset, Wisconsin, and he came out and opened with it, and it was the first time he had played it in 20 years. So I was like, holy, this is amazing, and now I love Silvio. So anything
Awesome.
things have changed,
I will. Here's the God honest truth. I don't know any of the Born Again albums. I don't know any of that.
Oh, really?
The only stuff I know is what was in the musical, the
Girl from the North
Girl
Country.
from the North Country.
Yeah.
That's the only context I know, like any of those songs.
Wow, interesting.
Like,
Well,
yeah.
if you want to get weird,
So
that's the
that's
place
my
to get
big-
weird.
That's my knowledge. Just
That's like
no
the
knowledge.
Bob Dylan knowledge hole. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, well, we got to fill it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
Great.
good.
Thank you so much, Amy.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. Look for the next episode on the 15th day of the month in all of your podcast feeds. If you're subscribing to Apple Podcasts, please take a moment and give us a rating or review. It's the best way to spread the word about the show. For a video version of the podcast, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Songs of Bob Dylan. You can, of course, email us at songsofbobdylan@gmail.com. Thank you to my friend and mentor, Rob Kelly, for designing our fabulous logo, and to my mandolin teacher, Mark Mitchell, from the Old Town School of Folk Music in Chicago, for teaching me how to play the intro and the outro. If you'd like to help support the cost of hosting my podcasts, go to patreon.com/gonzo3249. For $5, I'll show my gratitude by giving you a shout out. So thank you to Rob Kelly, Joachim Meckel, Roberta Rakove, Matt Simonson, Christopher Vani. For $10, I'll send you a surprise piece of vintage Bob Dylan merch. So thank you to the girl from the North Country, Katie Sorovic. Speaking of merch, I have a store. Lots of fun stickers, shirts, hats, and other goodies for you. So check it out at henryjbernstein.com. Thank you to my Substack subscribers, Mark Godfrey, Linda Maltzby, George Pasella, Bonnie Ramba, Nancy Cobb, and Peter White. You can check that out at henrybernstein.substack.com. Truly, I love you all. Thank you again, and see you next time.